Hello everyone, I'm just going to do another episode. It probably won't be a very long one. I'm filming this episode about a week, maybe a little bit more, after the last one. We're here at the next mission, Thunderhead Keep, as you will know if you've just watched the previous video. But this mission is a real pain to say the least. I know I've said it quite a few times already, but this is definitely the hardest mission I've come up against so far. And this was the mission I've always been worried about, even since the very start of the Let's Play. When I said way back in Ascalon that I wasn't even sure if some missions were possible, this is the one I was thinking of, and the other ones that are coming aren't going to be very easy either, but at the moment that's the least of my worries. I've been trying pretty much all the time I've been in-game to complete this for the past week and a bit, and I still can't do it. I've got about halfway. I've got to the bit where you get to the keep for anyone who's played it before, but I don't know, it's just it's so hard. But I'm not going to give up just yet. I'm going to keep trying, but I figured that my videos have almost caught up now, so I thought I'd do this one just to explain why there might be, unless I can figure out in the next couple of days, why there might be a little bit of a wait for the next few, because I've got to figure this out and I don't even know where to start really. I've tried so many different things. But anyway, in this one video I just kind of wanted to explain that and what's going to be happening, and there's one place that I wanted to head to just before we started this mission. We're here at Thunderhead Keep. They've teleported us again. I don't even know what the explanation really is. We just walked to where the dwarves were, and we're going to help them out. But just before we do that, there's a very easy, thank God, run that I want to do to take us to another explorable area, another outpost, sorry. So this is the explorable area called the Ice Floe. I'm going to eat a red rock candy. There we go, make us move faster. And the only skill I really need to use is this one here called Shadow Form. This is a completely optional explorable area, and as we'll find out very soon, in fact we have already been told, the mursaats are all around Thunderhead Keep at the moment, and I think that's the reason why they're all around out here in this explorable area, because this is the only one near the keep, and they are there in huge numbers. So that's mostly what we'll be coming across here. It's not a very long walk, just as long as I use Shadow Form at the right moment, so I should be fine. Shadow Form is something I'll have to be using in the next mission as well, and but it costs so much energy to use as a warrior, I can't continuously keep it up. The only way that I could theoretically get this to work in the next mission and survive with Shadow Form would be to eat loads and loads of consumable items to raise my attributes really high, and a consumable item which reduces skill recharge. And theoretically, if I spent enough money and kept clicking and eating sweets every couple of minutes, I would have enough to be able to maintain Shadow Form just by clicking it, because I can get my Shadow Arts to 15 and stuff, but it's just costs so much money. I've wasted a small fortune in red rock candies and all kinds of things. I don't know how many I had in the last video, but right now we've got 42, and I've bought another 60 since the last video. Now, I've been eating them on my alternate character obviously, but I mean that just gives you a vague idea of how much I've sunk into this. And it's not just red rock candies, it's shining blade warhorns and regular summoning stones and all kinds of things. It's just so hard because you've got to keep King Jarlis alive. It's like back in Ascalon where we had Prince Rurik with us, but this time it's in an environment designed for 8 players, and it's just, even Avinia was okay because she was a ranged player, if you remember. I've gone the wrong way very slightly. She was a ranged player, so she wasn't running really closely to the enemies, but King Jarlis is right there up in melee range, and just gets himself killed so easily. He doesn't even have any healing skills. At least Prince Rurik had healing signet, or at least I think he did. Jarlis literally does nothing. He's I don't mind him as a character, but I'm starting to hate him as an NPC. Anyway, this is Marhan's Grotto. Quite an interesting little unique outpost here. It's out in the middle of nowhere. This is the first outpost we've reached, optional outpost, where there's an armor crafter who will offer us armor, elite armor. Now in this game, obviously we reached our maximum level armor rating a little while ago. So you might be thinking, well, so there's no reason to buy any more, or what are the gold sinks? You can get better armor, but it only looks different. Statistically, it's all the same to help give everyone a nice even playing field, which probably comes from the times when this game was PvP orientated, and they didn't obviously want players who just sunk loads of hours in to have a good advantage, because that's just not fair, really. And I agree with that philosophy, and it's something they've taken through to GuildWars 2, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, so this just looks different, but it costs a huge amount more. The armor we've got on at the moment cost us 1k each. This will cost 15,000 platinum each, and much more materials. There's all kinds of different types of elite armors. Mostly, once you've got all your equipment and stuff, that's what most players end up spending their money on. But for me, at the moment, I'm spending all my money on consumables. The other cool little thing about this outpost, as you just saw, is it's got an icy floor. If you stop moving on ice, on some ice on this game, you get this thing called icy ground on you, which means that you can't move very fast. So this is the only outpost in the game where you can, I think it's the only outpost anyway, where you can actually see what your character looks like when he's walking, because they never bothered to add a toggle walk function, which is kind of crazy since they have the animations. And they're doing the same in Guild Wars 2 as well. For some reason they haven't said that they're going to do walking, even though in the trailers we've seen all the races walking. So I don't know, it's their game, but there you go. That's the only way you can really see yourself walking without hexing yourself or whatever. As for the story behind Marhan's Grotto, it says that once dwarves from all over the Shiver Peaks made the trek here to barter with Marhan the Mighty, a weaponsmith who was reputed for making the best axes in all the land. After he passed into the Great Forge, this grotto was named in his honour. The Great Forge, I assume, is the dwarven idea of the afterlife. Of course, there's lots of different religions, and they all believe in different things. Like the Tengu believe in the sky above the sky, and all kinds of stuff like that. Anyway, that was this little optional place. I can't remember whether I said it actually, but at the start of this isn't going to be a very long video. Thunderhead Keep, the description is, within the last generation, Thunderhead Keep has become the capital of the Deldrimor nation. Since the Stone Summit uprising, it has served double duty as both the royal court to the King Jalis Ironhammer and as the last line of defence for the good dwarves of Deldrimor. Yeah, so Drokna's Forge way over here was their capital, but as I said before, when the Civil War started, the dwarves of Deldrimor obviously named this their one. So yeah, I mean that's the situation really. This I don't think unless you try it or you've got a really good grasp of the game, will you really appreciate how difficult this mission is. I am sorry that it's taken me a while to do it. I was hoping to have it done by Christmas, but I'm actually talking to you the day after Boxing Day at the moment. And I've been trying, I really have, but it's so hard. But I think I can do it with enough practice, with enough work. I think I can do it. So what I'll do, I'll talk to this guy to get you guys up to speed with what the mission's about, and then I'm going to end that video here, and I'll catch you next time, hopefully with the actual mission itself. Oh, but the one thing about it is, because I've got Jalis with me the whole time, it basically means I have to kill everything except one small stretch. I have to kill everything in the whole mission, so no skipping enemies. And because I'm just one guy, that means it's going to be a very long mission. We're talking like 2 hours or more. So this will be another mission where I try and super speed all of it and commentate afterwards, because no one wants to watch 2 hours. But okay, so let's speak to Gramble Stonebook. He says that these may very well be the last days of Deldrimor. What troubles your mind, friend? Why would you say that? Thunderhead Keep has fallen. Fallen? To whom? The Stone Summit smashed down the portcullis and swept through the inner bailey. They left few alive. When did this happen? Just this morning. The Summit managed to murder our scouts. We didn't see them coming until it was too late. King Ironhammer is in a foul mood. Never in the history of Deldrimor has Thunderhead Keep been occupied by an enemy force. The Stone Summit may be dwarves, but that doesn't make them any less of an enemy. How bad is it? The summit have overrun everything from the bowl north of the keep, all the way through the capital city far to the south. Once Thunderhead fell, the rest of the city was vulnerable. The king intends to take back the keep and the capital city. What must I do? Rendezvous with King Ironhammer and his guards, help him get through the invading summit and regain his throne. I have not forgotten the king's kindness to my people. He will be glad to hear that. Go now. King Ironhammer awaits. Now I find it funny that although some pretty important stuff happens in this mission, our actual motives for doing this insanely hard mission is just as a favour, really. And I'm not the only one who's really having trouble with it. When the game first came out, this mission was kind of like a choke point. It really separated the really good players from everyone else, I guess. It used to be much harder than it is today. There's a bit at the end where you have to defend the keep, and that used to just have waves and waves and waves of enemies flowing through it, and everyone had a lot of trouble. It was probably the hardest mission in the game at game's release, but after a while they released an update that toned it down because so many people were just stuck for weeks. So I guess it's kind of fitting that this is where I'm stuck as well. But I've just been getting really frustrated with it, and I just felt like I just wanted to do a video because I'm getting so caught behind. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you next time, everyone. Hopefully with some good news, and hopefully we'll be in there. If anyone's got any ideas, please don't hesitate to shed some light for me. But yeah, there we go. I'll see you next time in Thunderhead Keep. Bye.